Very good. Okay, so new customers and existing customers, you guys have access to our team Google Drive. Okay, I just shared this again yesterday in the team chat. I will share it again after this call and pin it because if you've been added recently, I don't think you can see the pinned messages. But yes, so calls like this one that are recorded, we are always uploading and adding to this important trainings and documents. Okay, in fact, there's a few things I need to add, some recent company calls that I want to add to this as well. But for example, if I just go into it, we have some of Finley's calls, right? So Finley, I've added one of his calls in here, as well as some of my Forex for Newbies calls. Okay, so that is in there. But we also have the team schedule. Okay, so this is probably the most important if you are a new customer. So you can see as a team, everything that we do, right? So you would have seen this week, Hugo does live trading calls. Bells has actually started doing live trading calls, which I'm going to add to this document. So apart from what Jifu already offers, we obviously have a schedule as a team where you've got access to so many different resources. Okay, so that's there. This one's also super helpful, Jifu Educators. This goes through all of our educators, what they teach, and the scanner that they are attached to, right? So for example, John Oliver, right? He does Sniper. Now, this is also needs to be updated because with the launch of the new platform, we have new educators. Okay, we've got new strategies for the scanners, so Golden Era and Trendwave, which we didn't have before. So this is going to get updated. Now, if you're on your laptop, I'm actually just going to drop the link into the chat box. So it might be easier for you to just save this somewhere on your laptop so that you always have access to it and don't actually need to go into the group chat. Okay, but it is pinned in the group chat as well. Okay, so I've just put that in the chat box so you guys can go ahead and open that and save it somewhere. All right, cool. So that's first and foremost. Now, second, when you first joined, you should have also been given instructions on how to register for the Mastermind portal. Now, the Mastermind portal is completely free, right? In joining this team, if you're on this call right now, you are part of Team Mastermind. So we are just one of the many, many teams in Jifu, okay? And we have this extra portal with extra resources for you and access to the whole community, right? So just a very quick tour of this. And when you first get started, what you really want to be doing is going through all of the videos in the customer guide. Okay, so see over here on the left-hand side, you've got customer guide, and there's actually, I think there's 7, yeah, so there's like 7 videos in here. Now this needs to be updated, okay, because the customer onboarding isn't going to be, it's outdated now since we've got the new platform. Okay, but there is really useful videos for beginners. So how to place trades with MetaTrader 5, right? In that video, I also go through things like how to move your stop loss to break even, how to take partial profits. So as a beginner, this is definitely something that you need to know. How to create a trading account. Now this one, for those of you who aren't beginners, this video, go and study. Number 5, Introduction to Trendwave and Killshot with Premium Bells. So Bells goes through the strategy of how to use Trendwave alongside of Killshot, okay, in order to get, really, really good results. So right now, if you're just kind of using Killshot, or not Killshot, let's say Trendwave, you're just going on it and you're taking whatever trade that you see, you might be getting kind of a mixed bag of results because you maybe haven't narrowed in on a certain time frame, you haven't narrowed in a certain pair. But if you pair the two together, Trendwave and Killshot, with a strategy, you should see your win rate significantly increase. So I would highly suggest for all of our existing customers on here who've already been trading, go and watch this. Okay, but if you're a beginner, this is definitely something you're going to work up to for sure. Okay, now just really quickly here on the left-hand side as well, you've got different calls and events. So this is whole team calls. There isn't too many that take place regularly, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do have Hugo at 8:30 a.m. UK time, which you guys, of course, would know because it's shared in our group as well. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m. UK time, that's 4 p.m. EST, where I am right now, we do a rank celebration call. So this is for everyone in the business side, right, who is achieving ranks that particular week, right, all the way from 700 a month up to, Bells, who's currently making 100K a month. We have that rank celebration call. Okay, so that's all there as well. So just have a look through this at your own, leisure. But the customer guide is something I highly suggest every single person watch. Okay, now let's get to the actual platform. Okay, so Jifu Live. I'm going to copy and paste the website into the chat box as well, because I saw quite a few messages, yesterday where people were trying to log into the old one, and obviously it wasn't giving them access, and they were stressing out. But it's because we're all over to the new platform. Oh yes, Tom, I can do that as well. Remind me, Tom, you know what my memory is like. So remind me if I don't share it right after this call, just pop me a message and I will share that. I'll pin it in the group as well. That's probably good for us to have in there. Okay, so JifuLive2.com. This is our brand spanking new platform. I don't know about you guys. I've been seeing loads of comparisons with this to Netflix. I actually think it looks like super, super similar, right? But we're going to go to the homepage first. And this is where I'm going to start for the absolute newbies. Okay, drop a 1 actually in the chat box if this is your first time on this call with me and you're new within the last 7 days. I'm recognizing a lot of names, so I don't know how many new people are on here, but drop a 1 if you're new within the last 7 days, maybe 2 weeks, but you've never attended one of these calls. Is there nobody? No? Okay, cool. Right. Well, I can pitch this a bit higher. Okay. But I am recording this. So I do kind of want to go through the walkthrough so that we have it, for future members. Okay. But I'm going to go through a quick 4-step process of what you want to be doing in your first 24 to 72 hours of joining us, right? Because, of course, you've just paid for a membership. So you want to utilize it as quickly as possible. Okay, now you have access to all of these academies. We've got Forex, crypto, we've got e-commerce, we've got social media. Guys, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're not using social media in 2025, you are really, really missing a beat. Okay, so definitely, you want to go through social media if you're not already utilizing that to get yourself leads. Mindset as well. For trading, mindset is going to be 90% of the hard work that you do. Learning how to take a trade and copy and paste from our scanners is easy. Okay. Your mindset when it comes to the markets is a whole different story. Okay. Feelings of greed, feelings of fear of loss, especially when you see people share results in the chat box, the FOMO you're going to feel is real. Okay. And over trading, we've got some people on this call. I know over trade. You take way too many trades. You over leverage. Okay, so your lot sizes, super, super important. Okay, so that mindset is going to be key. Okay, and for those of you who've been trading for a long time, right, you'll definitely understand that, and you'll see the more that you work on it and the more that you work on yourself, the better your trading is going to be. But for today's call, we're going to focus on Forex, okay, because you definitely want to hone in on one skill. Okay, jack of all trades is not a good thing, right? Jack of all trades, you become the master of nothing. So you want to hone in on Forex. I would say focus on it for at least 90 days. Become consistently profitable before you venture into things like crypto or e-commerce, right? I guess crypto and Forex go hand in hand if you're going to day trade, but e-commerce, I'd be giving that a miss until at least you're consistently profitable with Forex. Okay, so let's come into Forex and step 1, okay? Step 1 of your first 24 to 72 hours is create a schedule. You need to create a schedule. We're all busy. You either have full-time jobs, maybe you're at university, you might be a full-time parent, whatever the case may be, we're all busy. And if you don't schedule this in and you don't make time for it, then obviously you're not going to be successful, right? The people who have been here for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, right? I've been in this industry trading for almost 5 years, right? Why am I still here? I made this a priority. I made sacrifices out of my day-to-day life to study. Are you going to want to study and watch these videos? No. Some of you are going to find it super boring, but if you want the kind of money that comes along with it, you have to make time for this. Okay, so number 1 is create a schedule. How are you going to do that? You're going to scroll down Okay, and we of course have the schedule down here. Now I'm currently in EST, so you can see at the top, mine's America, New York, New York time zone, right? So change it to make sure it suits your time zone. It should do it automatically, okay? But just in case, especially if you're in a country where maybe it doesn't, I don't know, recognize your time zone, just choose the one closest to you. Okay, you're gonna go through because we've got lots of educators. Okay, Tyler, for example, he is live so frequently. You definitely want to try and get on his. But if I just keep scrolling, right, we obviously got oh sugar, we've got lots of traders. So what you want to do is you want to find at least one call per day. That is your goal. One live call per day, Monday to Friday, that fits in your schedule, right? So if I'm working 9 to 5 and I've got Manny on at 9 o'clock, well, obviously that's not going to be a session I know that I can't attend, right? I'm going to be at work, right? If this means you got to get up early, right? Because I know I've got people in my team in Canada who, they're always on to me, oh, I'm missing out on the action, I'm missing Hugo's sessions, I'm missing it. Then get up early, right? When I first started learning how to trade, there was an educator who I really liked. He was on at 4 o'clock in the morning. I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I would go on that call. I would trade live with him. I'd go back to bed for an hour and then I'd get up and start my day. Right? Again, some of you got to make sacrifices. So let's say Tyler, for example, he's on at 7 a.m. my time. If I want to get on his session, well, flip. I got to set my alarm and I got to get my ass up. Okay. But hopefully, there's going to be people who fit in your schedule. Okay. So Jay, for example, he's quite good for UK and Europe because he's on at 1 p.m. EST, which is 6 p.m. UK, 7 p.m. in Europe, right? That might be a good time for you if you're working during the day. Okay. So go through one live session per day is your goal. If you can do more than that, great. Like if you got a day off and you can get on 2 or 3 sessions, amazing. You want to get on these sessions because these are live trading sessions, right? Let's say Stedroy, smart snipe session. He's taking trades live, right? Tyler, all of his sessions are live trading sessions, right? They say live trading, live trading, live trading, live trading. If you can get on these, you can be taking trades with them and making money, right? Hopefully, the past profits don't guarantee future gains, right? You're not going to make money every single session, but if you're new, you want to be leveraging them. Okay, so step 1 is create a schedule. Step 2, you want to watch the beginners module. So up here at the top, you've got here the beginners module. Now, why do you want to watch this quickly, right? I would say as soon as you register, if you got time, watch this immediately, because before you now then get on these live sessions where you've created a schedule for, you want to know the basics, okay? Because the beginners module goes through things like what is a pip? What is a currency pair, right? What is a trend? Okay, all of those kind of things, because then when you're on the live sessions, they're going to be mentioning these things, which you've probably, you never would have known. If you've never traded before, you wouldn't have a Scooby what a pip is, right? Why would you? You're not trading. Okay, but when an educator is talking about, let's say, a stop loss being 30 pips, 40 pips, 50 pips, that's important for your risk management. Okay, so you want to know what it is. Now, second to this, when you're watching the beginners module, for the love of God, take notes. There's actually no point in you watching this if you don't write anything down. Your brain is not going to retain that information, right? Especially if you sit down and you just watch it all in one go, and maybe you're distracted because you're like on your phone and you're kind of half paying attention. You're just wasting your time, right? And if you're like, in my team directly, right? And I say in my team, like if you're someone I personally signed up and I'm mentoring you, right? I don't have a Zoom call with you unless you've shown me your notes for this, because that's wasting my time. And you've wasted your time by watching it and not taking notes anyways. Okay, so that's the second thing. The third thing, before I move on to the third thing, who's paying attention? I know not all of you are beginners, but what's the first thing you want to do in your first 24 to 72 hours? I mean, I was just banging on about it, so hopefully everybody can tell me. What's the first thing that you want to do? You might not know if you came on late. What is the first thing you want to do? Okay, how are you going to get plugged in, Celeste? What do you need to do to make sure this is a priority? Schedule. Thank you, Aaron. You create a schedule. So yes, let's say you're right. You want to get plugged in, but you get plugged in by making yourself a schedule to make sure this becomes a part of your daily life, right? Just like your job or just like the school run or just like an after school club your kids do, whatever. It goes in your schedule because it's a priority. Okay, so you create a schedule. The second thing you then do, I saw someone put beginners, watch beginners. So Teresa, that's second. So after you created the schedule, which should take you like 5 minutes, it doesn't take long to look at the Forex schedule and see what's going to fit your life. Okay, then you watch the beginners. Then the third thing that you're going to do, okay, is you're now going to start to study an educator. Okay, so for example, yeah, let's say Tyler fits really nicely into my schedule. Then it makes sense, right? It makes sense for me to study what Tyler is doing. So Tyler teaches how to use Killshot with a mixture of smart money concept indicators. Now, Killshot is something that almost everyone in our team is starting to learn how to utilize. So that would be a really good person for you to study because number one, you're attending his calls every day. Okay. So you're already starting to learn it anyways, right? You're going to be exposed to it every day anyways. So now it makes sense for you to start studying Tyler's sessions. Okay. So if I want to start studying Tyler, now notice I said start. Because in your first 72 hours, there's no way you can watch all of Tyler's stuff, right? It would be impossible. Okay, but if I come into Tyler, and hopefully it's been uploaded now. Okay, so if I scroll down, I can see, okay, some of his pre-recorded sessions, and if you go to courses, it doesn't look like it's moved over yet from the old platform. Okay, so I'm gonna message someone about it. Maybe it's in files. No, not yet. Okay, so I'm gonna follow that up, right? Because I think it doesn't look like it's been moved over from the old platform yet. But I know Tyler has a boot camp. Okay, Tyler has a boot camp on how he uses Killshot. So Tyler, if you come to his courses, you're going to start to study. Now, someone else who, why is that saying that? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so someone else who probably be really good to study if you want to learn Killshot is Jay. Okay, Jay also has a 5-day boot camp, okay, where he goes through, let's see if his courses are here. Doesn't look like, okay, cool. That's where they are going to be, right? So that's where you're going to study his courses as well. He also has a 5-day boot camp and a 21-day, right? Depending how, intense you want to go on how to use Killshot. Okay, so that's the third thing. You're going to start studying an educator and start studying their boot camps. Okay, now the fourth thing that you are going to do is now you want to start learning the scanners. Okay, you want to be taking trades from the scanners as quickly as possible in your demo account. So even if this is only your second day and you don't even really know how to take a trade all that good yet, I don't care. That's the only way you're going to learn is by making mistakes. So in your demo account, just start taking trades from the scanners. Okay, so to get to the scanners, you're going to come over here on the left-hand side. And with these scanners, okay, if I go to here, learn how to use the Jifu scanners, it's going to give me, the video tutorials are coming, but we do have the documents. Okay, so for TrendWave, for example, I must have clicked TrendWave up here. Okay, we've got a TrendWave onboarding document. We've also got TrendWave instructions. So if you're brand new, cool, I download this. It's going to automatically open up for me, and it shows me, okay, how to use TrendWave. First of all, it gives me all of the different symbols, okay, and I know this is something, when we first launched, right, we didn't have this document, right, so we didn't know exactly what all of these symbols mean. I mean, we all had a pretty good guess, okay, but you have something here that goes through all of the, symbols is what I was trying to say. Okay, now I'm not going to go through this whole document. This isn't a training on how to use TrendWave. Okay, but if you go through it step by step, and this, I mean, if you're new, rather than you taking notes, like you can always just print this out, right, and add your own handwritten notes. Okay, but it goes through, okay, different ways to trade. Okay, so if you're wanting to do, oh, this is actually long or short, okay, but what is the strategy? Okay, so it goes through, look at the stochastic, okay, look at the EMA, okay, you want to see the diamond, the green rimmet, etc., etc. Okay, it goes through all of that. Okay, now it does the same thing for our other scanners. So if I click golden era, okay, it's now giving me golden era. Again, I just go to download. This PDF looks real cool, okay, but it is again a step-by-step strategy on the 5-minute time frame, specifically scalping strategy on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, so as a beginner, I would say those are the two that you want to start with first. Pick one. Okay, but golden era and trend wave, they give you all the information. They give you the entry, they give you your target points, they give you your stop loss as well. So when it comes to you just, getting in, taking a trade, okay, using your demo account, those are going to be the best ones. Okay, now also, if I just come back to the main part and just kind of go through the scanners, I just want to show you some basics of the scanner. Okay, so this is trend wave. This is what trend wave looks like. Now, just some practical stuff here. Okay, if you're new, in order to change the time frame, you can see it over here on the left. Okay, 1 minute, 5 minute, etc., etc. So if I want to change time frames, okay, I can do that. If I want to change the pairs that I'm trading, okay, so right now you can see all of the crypto pairs because that's the first tab here. Okay, but if I wanted to trade to currency pairs, I can click, I can see my currency pairs here. Okay, if I wanted to do indices, that's this one here. And if I wanted to do commodities, okay, like oil, okay, gold, platinum, silver, etc. Now you can also, okay, this is a duplicate of trading view, right? This is a live trading view chart. Okay, so I could just, if I know I always trade XU USD, okay, Oanda is a popular one. Okay, that's the broker. If I wanted that broker's particular price, or I could pick Vantage, right? If Vantage was the broker I was using and I wanted Vantage's exact price, I could pick it here. Okay, so now I've got gold. Now over on the right-hand side, okay, see here where these little lines are, right? This is actually where it shows me my entry, my stop loss, my take profit. I just need to click and drag this over. Okay, and if I drag down, okay, see how that kind of zooms? Okay, now over here on the right, I can click and I can do this, and that makes it even. If I wanted to kind of zoom in on a candle, right? So this is actually literally right at entry now. Okay, so what we might do actually, okay, I'm gonna log in on my phone. I'm gonna share my screen, and we're actually gonna take this trade together on demo. Okay, on demo because I've not gone through, I've not looked at any indicators, so don't nobody be taking this on your live account. Okay, let me just quickly log in here. One sec. I just gotta click my link. Okay, cool. You guys should be able to still hear me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Now for the beginners, okay, the entry, okay, is the price you want to enter the trade. Okay, so this would be a market execution because we want to enter immediately because it's literally right at my entry price. So you can see the price here is 3,230.43. Okay, it's a little teeny weeny bit above. So that's actually better because this is a sell. Okay, how do I know it's a sell? Well, number one, it tells me short here with a down arrow, okay, indicating that this is looking to go into a short-term downward trend. Okay, I say short-term because this is only the 5-minute time frame. Okay, now up here at the top where it says invalidation, that is my stop loss. Now my stop loss is what protects my account. Okay, so if this goes in the wrong direction, if it comes up and hits this price, it's going to automatically close my trade in a loss. Now, if you are a beginner, please note trend wave, okay, especially on gold, has pretty big stop losses. So if you have a small account size, like I'm talking even $500 or less, you really don't want to be using trend wave for gold, right? This is 150 pips stop loss right here. Okay, that's pretty big. And if you are going to take it, then you definitely want to take it down to like exit 3 because that's going to give you at least a 1-to-1 or more than a 1-to-1. I think exit 2 would be close to a 1-to-1. Okay, because exit 2 is 130 pips. Okay, now that might be going over your head a little bit if you are new. Okay, but don't worry, you can watch my Forex for newbies, and that's gonna, help you calculate pips. Okay, but cool. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna take this. Okay, I'm gonna copy the stop loss, and I'm gonna put it to TP2, right? Just so it's a closer to a 1-to-1. So let me go ahead and share my screen. One second, one second. Guys, if you can do me a favor and drop me a 2 in the chat box when you can see my screen, please. You should be able to see it now. I can see it on my laptop, so I think we're good. Okay, so let me go over to here. All right, cool. So on the quotes page, you're now going to go through and you're going to find gold. Okay, gold is XAU USD. If you're new and you don't see this on your quotes page, you can just search it up here at the top, XAU. Okay, now obviously I already have USD, so it's not showing it to me. But if you don't have it, you're going to click the green plus button on the left. That's going to remove it from here. It will then appear at the bottom of your quotes page. Okay, so I'm going to go to gold. Okay, and I'm going to go to trade because this is right at my entry price. I've already looked at it. It's right at my entry price. Okay, so what I am going to copy though is the stop loss, right? So I'm just going to get trend wave up in front of me, which was 32.45. Oops. 32.45.4. And take profit. Remember, I'm going to put exit 2. So it was 32.17.71. Okay, now because this is a short, which is a sell, I would go ahead and I would click then sell by market. Okay, once I've done that, I am in the trade. Okay, so I'm going to come back over to the scanner. Okay, I just thought that was a good opportunity for you guys to see how to use TrendWave. Now, of course, right, like I showed at the beginning, where's my Zoom screen? Like I showed at the beginning, you can use TrendWave along with Killshot, okay, that strategy that Bells teaches, okay, and others teach. I think if you go on Hugo's calls as well, I can't make them because they are, well, I could, but I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. with my baby. But yeah, so anyways, like I was saying, if you are a beginner though, that's how easy it can be, right, to actually take a trade, right? That took me what? All of 30 seconds. It probably would have been quicker if I hadn't have been, actually explaining it to you as we went along. Okay. So taking a trade, easy. Learning the correct strategy is going to take you a bit longer. Mastering your mindset is going to take you even longer than that. Right? So let's go back over. Okay. And we've gone through the 4 steps now. So those are my 4 steps for a beginner in your first 24 to 72 hours. Number 1, create a schedule. Number 2, watch the Forex beginners module. Number 3, start to study an educator. Okay. You don't have to do their whole course in your first 3 days, but you're going to start. And then number 4, you want to get on these scanners with your demo account and just start taking trades, right? You just got to rip the Band-Aid. Okay. It doesn't matter if you lose. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake. This is how you're going to learn. All right. So that is it for the Jifu Live platform. Okay. We're going to move over to the Jifu Connect app. Before I do that, are there any questions? Okay. Are there any questions, especially for existing customers? Is there anything in the new Jifu Live platform that you are unsure of or that you wanted clarity on? Before I move over to Jifu Connect, where we got some, nice little updates. Okay, I don't see any questions. So I think we're probably good. So actually, I should have kept sharing my screen because now we're going to Jifu Connect app. I should have kept sharing my screen. Okay, cool. So Jifu Connect app. Now, if you are logging into this for the first time and you have been here for like a few days or longer, it's probably going to ask you to update your app. All you need to do is click update. It's updating in your app store. Okay. For most people, it keeps them logged in. I do have one person who had them log them out, right? But just updating, it should keep you logged in. Now, for those of you who've been here before, you'll see at the bottom, we have some extra tabs. down at the bottom. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to influencers, the bottom right-hand corner, and you will probably notice we have some new educators. Okay, we have some new educators. So I'm just going to type in the people who you should subscribe to, because there's loads here. Like, you can go in and you can follow everybody, okay? But they're not all English speaking. So we've got German speaking educators, we have French speaking educators, we have I believe Italian, Russian. So, some of these, it doesn't really make sense for you to subscribe to them, because you're not gonna be able to understand what it is they're saying, right? But someone you do want to follow who is new, Nick Gomez. Okay, go ahead and subscribe to Nick Gomez on the right hand side. He is one of the people responsible for our new platform. Okay, so over on the right hand side where the three dots are, you're going to click it. Oops. Now, I've already subscribed to him. Okay, if you haven't, you're going to click subscribe at the bottom. Once you've done that, it's going to say subscribe. Okay, so he's the first person you want to subscribe to. The second person is Daniel Lopez. Okay, he is the other person responsible for our new platform. So you're going to go ahead and subscribe to him as well. Now, some other educators who send us some signals, you're going to go to Eric Lucas. Okay, Eric Lucas, you're going to go ahead and you're going to follow him. Okay, you're also going to follow Tony and Nico. You're going to go ahead, you're going to subscribe to them. And someone else who sends trade ideas, but people sometimes are just too lazy to take them because they don't want to read the chart, is Josh Sanchez, right? I actually really like Josh Sanchez because he sends down exactly what he's looking for in the market. He sends his chart with his markups. So once you've learned how to read a chart, you're going to be able to take his trades as well. Okay. Now, you can go through in your own time, and you can follow some of our other English speaking educators. So for example, Jay Bonham, he will post updates sometimes from his live sessions. Manny Quiones, if I just type them in there, Manny Quiones, he also sends updates from his live session. So if they are people that you are plugging into them in their live sessions, you probably want to follow them as well. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, the second thing, and this is the bit you don't want to, that you don't want to miss. Down at the bottom, there's a little chat box. That's a new one. And you can see it says premium FX ideas, basic ideas, and premium crypto ideas. You do not want to miss out on that. So if I click on it, okay, Nick Gomez sent an Ethereum trade. Okay, look it. And this was yesterday, early yesterday. I missed it, right? Ethereum USD hit exit 2 for 900 pips. Listen, when I saw this on his story, I was like, how did I not get this notification? And I dived through the Jifu Connect app and I figured out how to get it. And this is why I wanted to make sure people were on this call so that you make sure you get it too. Okay, so in order to make sure you're getting notifications, because everybody has access to this, you come down to the chat box, you click into it, you can see it. But obviously, if a new trade idea comes in, right? So when he sent that, I'm going to show you what they look like. Oh, it's just right there. Okay, so that trade idea came in on the 9th. So it was actually 2 days ago. It was his very, very first trade that he sent on the app. Okay, you can see he put EP is the entry price, and he's got that zone. So somewhere within that price you want to enter. He's got his stop loss, and he's got 3 different exit prices. Those are our take profits. Okay, he said it's bearish. For those of you who know, bearish is a sell. Bearish is a sell. Although those prices, that's weird because those prices are entry 1630, stop loss 1710. That should say bullish. That should say bullish. Oh no. Sorry, no, I'm an idiot. Correct. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. It's bearish. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Bearish is a sell. Sorry. My brain. Okay. Cool.
Too
Anyways,
much sun, Shannon. Too much sun.
it's the sun, right? And it's, I blame baby brain. That's the thing. My memory's not so good anymore. Okay, but cool. Now, how are you going to get these notifications? That's the key part. Okay, so I'm going to come back here. Now, at the top where you've got these three, you've got those three lines. You want to click them. Okay, if you want to get ideas from all, which I personally do, although I haven't seen ones come through yet of the other ones. We'll go in and check those in a second. Okay, but then click apply. Okay, so that after I did that, I started to get Nick's update notifications. So I got a notification on my phone whenever Nick updated, right? So make sure you do that. So that way you can ensure you are getting all of the notifications from those channels. Those channels, honestly, when I tell you not want to miss his crypto trade ideas, you do not want to miss his crypto trade ideas. Ethereum XRP, right? He is like the king of XRP. If you have on your MetaTrader 5, all of the cryptos he trades, so like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, you'll be able to take those on your MetaTrader 5. Okay, so let me just do a quick tour of the rest of the platform. Okay, now that we've subscribed to all those influencers, okay, if they post, it will be in the bottom left hand corner where the little home button is. So this is where you can go if you want. So this is where Eric Lucas, okay, you can see him here. Whenever he sends a trade idea, it's going to be on here. You'll get a notification. Now, again, to make sure you get a notification for this as well, click the three lines at the top and tick all those boxes and click apply. Okay, mine are already ticked. Now, I would, if I were you, every few days or every week, just go in and make sure those boxes are ticked. Okay, just make sure you go in and tick those boxes. Okay, and let me see if I can find a trade idea. Okay, here's a good one from Josh. Oh no, that's an update. I just want to show you guys on here what some of the trade ideas are going to look like, especially if you're new. Da, da, da. Oh, do you know what? For those of you who actually like Josh, for me, I really like geek out on Josh because he actually goes through like the real like economy news side, the economic news. So he's done a breakdown of the CPI news that we saw yesterday. Okay, so that's the consumer price index for the US. So he really goes through. He's looking at obviously inflation here. So if you're somebody who actually like quite likes that stuff, he's definitely someone that you want to follow. Okay. Let me see if I can find one. I think now that we have the channels, we're not going to see as many here anymore. Okay, active and running in profit. Okay, so that was from Eric's trade yesterday. Where is it? There it is. Sorry, guys, that took a while. Okay, so this is what some of Eric and Tony and Nico, when they send their trade ideas, this is what it's going to look like. So we can see this was a gold sell limit. We were given the price. Okay, so again, if you're a beginner, you're obviously going to learn how to take a trade, but this is a sell limit. Okay, the one I just took on for gold before from Trendwave was a market execution. Okay, so there's different types of trades. You've got the stop loss there with the price, and you've got your take profit points that you would just copy and paste. Right now, he's also given advice, and definitely you always want to heed and take the advice. So he said, please only use half of your risk because the market is crazy volatile. So if you normally risk 1% per trade, you would risk 0.5%. If you normally risk 2% per trade, you would risk 1%. Right? So you definitely want to heed the educator's warnings. Okay. So are there any questions? Because that is pretty much the Jifu Connect app and everything that you need to know. Okay. For those of you who are existing customers, the little gem in there was the crypto trade ideas. Definitely don't miss those. Right. But guys, if there's no questions, then I'm probably going to end there. Okay. We've done a full tour of the platform, okay, of the Jifu Connect app, of Jifu Live. Okay. You've got your 4-step game plan of what you should be doing in your first 24 to 72 hours. So now it is up to you guys to just go out and to execute. Okay. You're welcome, Cheryl. Right, guys. So I'm not seeing any questions in the chat box. So I think we're going to go. Thank you. I think it's Celestia. I think I saw your face on there, but Velma as well. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end. I will make sure I try to upload this recording as soon as possible. But yeah, have an amazing Friday night and weekends, and I will see you guys all very, very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.